My name is Ludovic Brunel. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I work as a medical consultant. I help companies market products and get them regulated with Health Canada. I'm also a formulator for products, and I own a practice, and I work for a wellness program where I see patients. So when we look at vitamin D deficiency or vitamin D insufficiency, the rates are very high in Canadians. So right now, the average Canadian has a vitamin D level of about 67 nanomoles per liter. If people are regularly exposed to the sun, their blood levels are going to be around 125 nanomoles per liter, up to 225. So Canadians, again, because of lack of sun exposure, have far lower levels than people that would live near the equator, getting regular exposure to the sun. Now, if we look at people that are below 25 nanomoles per liter, which is a frank vitamin D deficiency where bone health will be compromised, that's about 1 in 20 Canadians. And then if we look at people that are getting the optimal levels of vitamin D, so above 125, that's only about 1 in 10 currently. So most Canadians would really benefit from supplementing with vitamin D to get the full benefits associated with the vitamin. There's a few reasons why vitamin D deficiency is so common in Canadians. One of the key ones, of course, is that we're far from the equator, and so we get most of our vitamin D from the sun. And studies clearly show that during the winter time, we're not able to produce vitamin D through sun exposure because the sun has to go through more of the atmosphere before it reaches us. And so synthesis of vitamin D is simply not possible during winter months. And for that reason, Canadians are going to be prone to vitamin D deficiency. The other major problem is that there's not a good food source of vitamin D. So it's essentially impossible to get sufficient D from food alone. We either need to get it from supplements or from sun exposure. So vitamin D has all kinds of health benefits. Of course, it's important for bone health. It's also been shown to help with muscle strength. It reduces the risk of fractures because it'll prevent falls and also maintain strong bones. Recently, more and more research has shown benefits for the immune system. And in terms of the immune system, vitamin D helps to balance the immune system. So there's two key aspects of the immune system. And by balancing them, it really helps to decrease the risk of both infections, but also autoimmune disease. More and more research now shows that higher vitamin D levels help to prevent things like type 1 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel disease, asthma in children, atopic disease, so for instance, eczema on the skin, because of its effect on the immune system. In terms of infection, there's good research that's been done in school children that were supplemented with vitamin D and was shown to significantly reduce the incidence of cold and flu infections in those children. In terms of vitamin D supplementation, how much is needed will really depend on certain factors. So people that have a higher body weight, for instance, will need a lot more vitamin D to reach the same blood levels. But on average, most Canadians will need around 4,000 international units or more to get the maximum benefits from vitamin D supplementation. When patients start taking vitamin D, often they'll report feeling better. Over time, a lot of patients will say that they're much healthier and less likely to end up with infections. So often they'll say, you know, this year I didn't catch the flu or I didn't have as many colds as I normally do. A lot of people will feel better. So one of the things that vitamin D helps is mood. So we think that seasonal affective disorder or the winter blues could partially be related to lower vitamin D levels in the winter time.